Welcome to Racing to Win. Happy Valley is our focus on today's show. 8 races coming up on Thursday night. We've got the boys here to preview it and try and find us a winner along the way. Special guest coming up very, very shortly as well. Paul Alley, Tom Wood, our 2 panel members today. And Tom, it's hard to keep up where we're at, what day, but it's Thursday night.
It is Thursday night. Mark, hello to you and to everyone. Yes, Thursday night, Happy Valley. We'll be back on track next week at Happy Valley for a Wednesday night, January Cup at night. But a good card coming up. 8 races. The pick of them has to be the last with How Deep Is Your Love and Pak Fu clashing there. This time round, How Deep Is Your Love comes in with £132.
He's trialled really well too, has How Deep Is Your Love. Are there jackpots for the jackpot hunters out there, Paul?
There are. We saw a few weird results last Friday when we had it at Happy Valley. We got a 1.6 million going into the triple trio and 2.3 million going into the 6-up win bonus. So they're both going to be over the 6 million mark. So decent go again. We'll see how we go on a Thursday.
Special guest joins us on the show right now. He's back for 2024 and joins racing again at Happy Valley on Thursday night. Happy New Year, Harry Bentley. Welcome back, and must have felt like a lifetime, that break.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Mark. Yeah, it's been a long 2 months, but certainly raring to get back to things, and been working extremely hard to get back to peak fitness. And yeah, I'm super ready for tomorrow night.
When weight's your massive thing being a jockey, you've got 2 months off. How do you stop yourself? Well, we've had some cold periods too in Hong Kong from ballooning. You must be pretty disciplined in that field.
Yeah, well, I'm very fortunate that my weight is pretty consistent. I think it's just important to not let it go out of control and never sort of spike too much. So I've been quite rigorous on keeping my weight to a good level. And as I say, my fitness has been something that I've actually not dropped off at all. I've maintained a high level of fitness, and I just didn't want to set myself back at all. So that's been a big impact and help of keeping my weight in a good place.
7 wins for the season so far, Harry. You're in good form too. You're looking to, no doubt, pick straight up where you left off. And with what you've been saying about your fitness and your health, you're in good shape to do that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm really wanting to try and hit the ground running here. You know, start of the new year, and having had a couple of months off, I'm absolutely striving to make a big impact once I'm back. So I feel good in myself. I've been doing plenty of barrier trials and track work in the morning, so I'm feeling good in myself. I know I can do the job, so with some nice rides, which I believe I've got coming up, hopefully I can make them count.
Not only track work, Harry, you've been riding at the trials also, so been on plenty of horses. How many trials roughly have you ridden, or trial meetings have you been at?
I would say I've ridden sort of maybe 30 trials. Went to Chung Fa a couple of weeks ago and did 12 on the trot, which was you know, baptism by fire after having a couple of weeks off. But actually, I felt really good. Since then, I've done a few more trials at Sha Tin, and yeah, the body feels good, and that's certainly a tick in the box.
We've got Paul and Tom here too. They're going to have a chat to you about your rides on Thursday night, and M Unicorn in grand form looks a great pickup, Tom.
Yeah, it certainly does. Harry, good to see you back on the Thursday night. You won on this horse earlier on in the season. He's since won twice, and he's up in grade. How do you feel he's going at the moment, and how do you think he'll measure up going up in grade?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. I mean, look, he's a horse in fine form. He's had a fantastic season so far, and his last win under Ryan Moore was a cracking show. So hopefully he can pick up from that last run. He's up in class, so he's going to have to, you know, mix with some better quality horses. But of 116 and a very good draw, I think he's got a great chance.
Harry, Paul here. Race number 5, you've got Harmony Fire as well. A horse you did ride last season over 1,200 metres. He's back to his best distance now. His wins have been over 1,000. Have you been sort of catching up with him and looked at his 2 runs this season?
Yeah, I have, Paul. I thought his last run was very strong. From a wide draw, Lyle was able to get him to a nice place, and looked like the winner down the straight, but lost nothing in defeat. So he's coming into this, I think, in what looks really good form from a much better draw. And he's certainly going to be thereabouts.
What about one of your other rides, Harry? Later on in the night, you've got Winning Icy also for Casper Founds. Casper throwing you a few horses tomorrow night. What's he said about Winning Icy going into the last?
Yeah, well, I sat on Winning Icy a couple of weeks ago at Chungfa. He was one of the 12 that I trialled that morning, and he gave me a great feel. He feels in really, really good form. And, I mean, he's a horse that's got unbelievably consistent form. I was looking earlier that he ran 11 times last season and was only out of the first 3 on 2 occasions. So his form speaks for itself. He's a Happy Valley specialist and first run of the season, but I believe Casper will have him in really good order and his fitness should be thereabouts. So another one with a nice chance.
And Harry, is it great to have that support from Casper and Douglas for your first meeting back? Douglas's horses have been flying around Happy Valley and Casper's have been finding some form too. So you're getting on them at just the right time. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, support is critical in any jurisdiction, but obviously in Hong Kong to get the support of trainers like Casper and Douglas is fantastic. And for them to give me a couple of opportunities on my first race meeting back, for the 2024 year is great. So as you say, hopefully I'm getting on them at the right time and can do the best.
Harry, thank you so much for your time here on Racing to Win and power on through into 2024.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And a big thanks once again to Harry Bentley for some time ahead of the Happy Valley meeting on Thursday night, which will look this way. 8 races. First race coming up at 7:10. The racing taking place on the A course, and the 2 races we focus on, the Sea Eagle and the Albatross handicaps, the Class 3 and the Class 2 over the 1200 metres. The 7th has Atomic Force, place 3 from 5, course and distance. Tamarachi Kokoro has the hood coming off. Hoss has the blinkers going on. Beauty Waves, he wears a shadow roll for the first time. Partier's coming back in trip, and Champion Method will have cheek pieces added for the first time, Tom, and the speed map on screen.
Well, Superb Capitalist Mark, he likes to roll forward. The other one that can go forward was Tamarachi Kokoro. Now, he drew wide last time out in 11. He's got 8 here and the hood comes off. Partier's been rolling forward recently as well, and he has led in the past Partier, but he's got barrier 10, Paul, and Beauty Waves behind the pace. Yeah,
he should get a lovely run. Champion Method likes to race on pace as well. Excellent Fighter should get his opportunity. Bonzapilla, she ran really well last time when she came from the back.
Here she is indeed. In fact, Paul Bonzapilla, she was miles off them climbing the hill. The further they went, the better she looked. This week, however.
Yeah, look, it's just whether she can put 2 together. Look, she was Group 1 place before she got here. She's been a little bit disappointing with her 11 starts. This was a good run. She didn't get the race run to suit. She finished off strongly enough. The stable's in form, that's a positive. But look, I want to see her put 2 together first.
Yeah, look, she's run 3rd and 6th, and then she ran down the track on the all-weather. 4th and 2nd last time out, but a bit like Paul, want to see another run from Bonzapilla.
I love how you build it up and then just chop it straight out. On we go to Excellent Fighter, Tom, and here he is running 3rd in a very strong field last time at Sha Tin, and his trial form around Happy Valley earlier in the season was excellent.
Yeah, it certainly was. So certainly a must in this race, I think, is Excellent Fighter. Look at the form, though. He's run into Taj Dragon. He came out and won the Group 3 the other day, and Mugen wasn't disgraced the other day, and Wunderbar on the inside there, of course, won that race. So the form's good, and I'm not worried about him coming to Happy Valley at all.
No, well, I think he's one of the main chances. Excellent Fighter, and I like the way he finished off here as well from a wide draw. He's drawn 7, which can be a little bit sticky, but I think he can get in okay.
Drawn 1 as Beauty Waves, Paul. Only had the 3 starts, gone off in the market as a 2.5 favourite, then 9-1 and 4.2. Zach's been happy to stick with him all the way along. No, Zach, he's having a short break. Karis Teaton takes over this week.
Barrier 1, so he's going to get every opportunity from the inside draw. Shadow Roll will go on him as well. He's looked good in his races, and the 3rd behind Galaxy Patch here looks particularly good, because Galaxy Patch is very sort of an up-and-coming horse, and you can see Raging Blizzard finishing off strongly there, and he's come out and won since as well.
He's come on since his first run. I was totally against him with that Irish 2-year-old form as a 2.5 favourite, but he's got better with each run.
This is what Douglas has done at Happy Valley this season, Tom. Plenty of those 11 wins have been recently too.
Yeah, the stable's been going certainly very well at Happy Valley. He's got some good chances coming up on a Thursday night. Striking top 3, Paul, 31.8% with his Happy Valley runners. And here we've got King Excellente, who's a big chance on his last 2. Shinkansen, Big Two, he's been out of sorts, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's downgraded. That might help him. Harmony Fire, I think, is a big chance in his race. Beauty Waves, obviously, and Majestic Knight's a big chance in the last. It's a tough run, a tough race the last, but I have included it.
That's Douglas's runners. Righteous Arian, Tom, is a horse you've had some time for. Here he is running 5th. A rare appearance at Sha Tin. We know him very well at Happy Valley.
Wasn't sure about him at Sha Tin last time out. Beaten 4 3/4, but he was doing his best work late. So I think coming back to Happy Valley with a better draw this time round. Paul Barry, number 4, beaten by a nice one here in the form of Raging Blizzard. Gorgeous win up there as well. So there'll be 2 horses to follow going forward. I like him coming back to the Valley.
Yeah, so do I. Look, it was a really good finish from him as well. He hit the line strongly, so yep, the Valley's good for him.
That's a tick for Righteous Arian. Superb Capitalist Paul is going to speed along in the lead.
Yeah, look, I was looking for something at a bit of a price in this particular race, and I thought if Tomodachi Kokoro does go back, which is highly likely, then he'll get a sort of a cheap lead in front, and we know he can speed round Happy Valley.
Yes.
Sorry.
All right.
I've got nothing to add on that horse.
Okay, so no for Tom, but yes for you, Paul.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'll go with him at a price. He's on top, Superb Capitalist, Excellent Fighter and Beauty Waves. They'll be both short. They'll be the favourites. So they're in their 2nd and 3rd. And Champion Method in on a minor line as well, coming to Happy Valley for the first time. 3, 5, 7, 11.
He does come to Happy Valley for the first time. Champion Method, he's got the cheek pieces going on. I think he's trialled up well since his last start effort behind Galaxy Patch, and he's had 2 trials at Happy Valley. So Champion Method with the cheek pieces on, Beauty Waves, Righteous Arian and Excellent Fighter right in there with some of those form lines around him. 11, 7, 9 and 5.
It's been a busy start to the show. We're not done just yet. Back with a look at the last, right after this on Racing to Win. Welcome back to Racing to Win. We're going to move on to the last shortly. Before that, it is time for the last run reminder. And you can tell there's beauties everywhere at Happy Valley. Certainly not on this show, Paul. And your race 1, number 5.
Yeah, look, Beauty Infinity for me. It was a really good debut run from this horse. You can see it here. He was 3 or 4 wide when he came out of the barriers and couldn't get anywhere near that white thing on the inside, the painted rail. So that'll be all new to him if he can see that coming up. And he did get his head in the air, so he slightly checked off that first bend as well. Had to spin wide into the straight. Looked like he was going to drop out, but finished off really strongly here for 3rd. So I thought it was a fantastic debut run from him. Look, he won't be the favourite. I'd say Golden Long, who's 1 start, 1 win, would be the favourite, but he's going to carry the big weight as a 3-year-old. So I think he can topple him, and I just really like the way he finished off strongly in this race. So he's the last one reminder.
Get it early. Race 1, number 5, Beauty Infinity is the horse. The last race, the Albatross Handicap over the 1,200 metres. How Deep Is Your Love? Pak Fu clash again with Nordic Dragon. Astrologers 1 second. Hope he was huge odds that night at Happy Valley 2. Majestic Knight, Karis Teaton rides him for Douglas White. Dream Winner comes to the Valley for the first time. Winning Icy is back from near left for surgery Fetlock. And I'm a Single Man has the blinkers going back on with Harmony and Bless coming up in grade from a wide draw, Tom.
Majestic Knight certainly can roll forward here. He hasn't won course and distance, but he has placed 2nd on 4 occasions, and he likes to sit handy. Wonder Kid out of Barrier 2 should be able to follow him. Dream Winner Paul coming to Happy Valley for the first time. What about him?
Yeah, well, look, he likes to go on pace, so look, from Barrier 8, I think they'll have to be positive with him. Harmony and Bless has got really good speed, but he's drawn Barrier 12, so he'll need some luck from that wide draw. He's a 1,000-metre specialist, so he should be able to get across outside Majestic Knight eventually. How Deep Is Your Love should get a really good economical run, and Astrologer, he runs his best races when he goes back. He'll get the race run to sit.
We have an interview. How Deep Is Your Love? Nick with his jockey, Brenton Abdallah.
Brenton, How Deep Is Your Love is one of your mounts on Thursday night at Happy Valley this week. You rode him first time out this season. That was a good run, and things perhaps didn't quite go to plan sort of late on. There was a bit of a check there, but it was a super run in defeat.
Yeah, I thought he ran really well. If anything, he probably just found the 1,200 a fraction sharp first up against some fit horses, and they went along at a good speed. And like you said, he just got into a little bit of trouble late, which probably cost him running 2nd. But I thought it was a good kick-off for him. He did everything right, and he's trialled in between, and he looks like he's in good order.
I know you didn't ride him in that trial, but I imagine you probably cast your eye over it. He did look to trial well and come on. Of the reports from the stable being good, have you had a chance to talk to John about him yet?
Yeah, no, I haven't really spoken to John about him, but he looks to trial well, and he's a pretty genuine sort of horse, so he's always going to trial well, and he's a talent. So looking forward to riding him, and I've got no doubt he'll continue to improve.
He's got that bit of class, hasn't he? I mean, John did a great job with him last year. I mean, he's up to a mark in the 90s, so he's of a decent standing.
Yeah, well, he was a champion Griffin, so he's going the right way, and probably getting set for the 4-year-old series. So I think 1400 will sort of eventually suit him. This is probably just another kick-off to get him there.
As for you, you've had a bit of a freshen up. You're raring to get going again, obviously. A little bit of a break over Christmas. Always nice, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it was beautiful. A few of the boys, I think, were a bit jealous, but I'm very thankful that it was something that I needed to do, obviously family-wise, and it was nice to spend another Christmas back at home. But looking forward to getting stuck into it. Like, the opportunities have probably dried up a fraction just having that time off, so I've got to get back and work hard again. But look, I'm really enjoying Hong Kong, and everything seems to be going well. So hopefully we can hit the back of the net a couple of times, and hopefully that can start again on Thursday.
Just talking of those opportunities, of course, there's a couple of guys who will be absent from that weighing room now. Obviously, one of them being James McDonald, who you know well, and obviously Zach's having a little bit of time off. So those opportunities might well come back round again.
Yeah, and a couple of suspensions too. So hopefully we can end up on the right horses at the right time, and that's just what you need here. It's just you need to be you need to be at the right spot at the right time. And I was lucky enough today. I rode the 4-timer. I think 2 of them were Hueys, from when he got injured or suspended. So you just need a little bit of things to go your way. Obviously, someone's bad luck might be your good luck, but it all comes around, and hopefully we can make the most of it.
Going to stay on that race that we saw during that interview now, Tom, with How Deep Is Your Love. So that was Brenton talking about him, but he does oppose a number of these horses again this week.
He does. Now he's 8 pounds better off on the weights here with the Pak Fu, who was able to come from a long way back and to really storm through over on the inside. I thought there was definitely a lot to like about the run of How Deep Is Your Love. So he's coming into this second up. Majestic Nightpool continues to run good races, doesn't he?
Yeah, I've included him as well. And I thought Wonder Kit, it was just snatched up late there. He ran really well down the straight 1000 last time, so it was a good run from him. So look, Pak Fu just keeps winning, doesn't he? He's won his last couple. Has he reached his mark? That's what we'll find out on Thursday night.
We will indeed. So that was a little graphic on Pak Fu. Off we go now, Paul, to this is at Sha Tin last time. Astrologer and Dream Winner appear here, as does Wonder Kit. You've made a case for him. This race was over the 1,000 metres.
Yeah, Wonder Kit comes back to 1,200, and that's a lot better for him. Comes back to Happy Valley, where he's done his winning as well. Well, he has won here. I thought it was a really good run from him. Invincible Sage is going to be very tough to beat on the weekend once again. So, look, I've definitely included him, especially from a low barrier draw.
He's 7 pounds better off with Pak Fu on that effort 2 runs ago. Dream Winner looked like he was going to be a world beater earlier on in his career. He's racing like he's almost lost a leg now.
Yeah, he just hasn't taken the step up in class at all, Dream Winner. Majestic Star on the all-weather last time, Tom. We know him more recently as an all-weather horse, but he is a 2-time course and distance winner around here at the Valley.
Yeah, and his best run at the Valley in his last sort of few starts was going back 5 runs ago behind Nordic Dragon, where he was beaten 2 1/4. Now, he was sent out favourite in this race on the all-weather here, and he was only beaten a length. This was the race that was won by Exponential, the horse that is close to him as well. Seasons Will go around at the weekend. So look, he's not the worst here, but I think there's a few other sort of course and distance specialists, probably more sort of entitled than he is here.
Yeah, he's found a really tough race. One thing in his favour, he has won off this mark before, so he is capable.
That is Majestic Star. Back to Happy Valley we go now, Paul, and Harmony and Blessed in this replay. So this is a lower grade race. He comes up at the bottom of Class 2. The barrier draw is going to make it difficult for him, isn't it, even though he has won over the 1,200 metres?
Yeah, but he's more of a 1,000-metre horse, isn't he? Look, he has won over the 1,200. The stable's going well at the moment, but from barrier number 12, he's going to have to work to get across. It was just worried me. So, look, I haven't included him, Harmony and Blessed, from that wide draw.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly have him. He's coming into this race off this rating of 80, so it's tougher. He hasn't won in this grade before, and I can't see him doing it from barrier 12 in this lineup.
What about winning Icy back, Tom? He's had some surgery, a couple of trials to prepare for this.
Yeah, first up for 204 odd days. He's a horse that does go well fresh. He's been able to win in place from those 2 starts fresh. I thought his recent barrier trial, Paul, on the all-weather was only fair. I went back and looked at his last barrier trial prior to that on the turf down the back straight. He was better in that trial. 4-time course and distance winner, but the last trial put me off a little.
Yeah, it did a little bit with me as well. I looked at him as like you, because he's got a good fresh record, but here in a really strong race. I thought I didn't include him. And then I'll tell you another horse, I'm a Single Man, who's been way out of form recently. He's won a recent barrier trial of the lightweight. I had a look at him twice, but again, he's just been too much out of form for me.
You go and have a look at his Happy Valley record, 0 from 7. It's shocking, really, and he's been out of sorts for a long time. But the trial was better, and Goko Win we saw through the replays and didn't really touch on. He's £10 better off with Pak Fu, and he actually made some late ground.
Yeah, he did.
There you go. I think we've spoken about every single horse now in race number 8, but of the field of 12, just make sure it wasn't 11, who's the top 4, Paul?
I think we saw it in that first race. I'm going to go with How Deep Is Your Love. He'll come on for that run there. It was a good run, and he does meet these other horses better at the weights. How Deep Is Your Love. So he's on top. Majestic Knight, he's in there for second. He's such a consistent horse, this one. Douglas White's got the horse going really well. Karis Teeton will jump aboard. Hasn't ridden him in recent races. Draw nicely in barrier number 3, so he'll get his opportunity. I think Wonder Kid's quite progressive. That 1,000 metre race we saw from him last time was good. Then prior to that, he did run behind Pak Fu, but he's another one that's going well. And Pak Fu, has he reached his mark? That's the query I've got. You can't leave him out, I didn't think, but just on the minor line for me. 1,682.
Yeah, I think in this race, How Deep Is Your Love with the turnaround of the weights here on Pak Fu can win. That's the Quinella 1 over 2. Jerry Chow riding for Benno Young. That combination's been going pretty well through the early part of the season. Got 8 in for third. That is Wonder Kid. He was hampered, as you saw in that replay, 2 starts ago here behind Pak Fu and stayed on well behind Invincible Sage last time out. It was a toss-up between Majestic Knight and Nordic Dragon. Nordic Dragon's won a trial by just over 4 lengths and looked to stretch out nicely there, but Majestic Knight's been going well. Douglas White, Karis Teeton from a low draw, £2 better off with Pak Fu this week. So 1, 2, 8 and 6.
And that is the preview for race number 8. Full race-by-race preview is available on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video, and that analysis is there. It's almost the end of the show, so the pressure time is now, Paul.
Early for me, race number 1, we'll know our fate really early. Number 5, Beauty Infinity. I think he can upset the likely favourite in the race. Here he comes now, coming down the outside. He was 3 or 4 wide all the way in this debut run. Thought it was a terrific run from him. In time, he'll want further. There's no question about that, just looking at his pedigree by Toronado. But I think he can get a 1,200 metre race here, and I really like the way he finished off. So he's the best. As far as the long shot's concerned, we'll do Superb Cabalist. Let's see if he can go to the front and he gets £5 off his back with Angus aboard. He does know this horse really well. So catch me if you can, race 7, number 3. And as far as the play, we'll do it in the last. We just talked about these horses, 1, 6 and 8. So How Deep Is Your Love, Majestic Knight and Wonder Kid as a QQP.
I think How Deep Is Your Love can win the last. Very good recent run coming into with this. He has actually trialled up very well leading into this Thursday night as well. This is his last effort. This was first up here over the 1,200 metres behind Pak Fu. He meets him better at the weights this week, and in his barrier trial he was under a good strong hold over the final stages. So he's race 8, number 1, How Deep Is Your Love, the son of Deep Fielder. Value with maybe Champion Method, Danny Shum, Jerry Chow, race 7, number 11, coming to the Valley for the first time. Gear change, cheek pieces are going on. Another horse that has moved okay in a recent barrier trial. Jerry might put some overweight up there, maybe on him. And he's involved in the play with Beauty Waves and Righteous Arian coming back to Happy Valley.
Take the top one from your play there, Tom, and go Beauty Waves is the best. Good draw. Karis Teeton rides for Douglas White. He's trialled up around a Happy Valley prior to his debut, handled the track well, and the fact that Zach has been happy to ride him 3 times is enough to make him the best bet. Long shot race at 3, number 8, One Heart One, David Hayes stable racing well. Start number 13, just the 1 placing. Fairly quiet trial from him since his last start. We're more used to seeing him trial impressively and then just so race day, so maybe working the opposite this week. And the play forecast, race 6, 11 M Unicorn and 4 Gullet Waking, 11 and 4. That is Thursday night. Going forward, things pretty much back to normal with Sunday at Sha Tin having the Group 3 Bohemia Sprint Trophy, trackside live from 12:30, and then on Wednesday, it's the group race, the only group race of the year at Happy Valley, the January Cup, and a 6:40 local time trackside live. So still plenty of racing coming up, but the day's getting back to normal. There is a Saturday meeting not too far away. If the Thursday meeting at Happy Valley, Tom, is anything like the Friday meeting, it'll offer some wild results and a really great atmosphere on track.
It was a really good atmosphere last Friday night there, and there were a few roughies, Paul, so let's hope not too many of them turn up anyway.
No, exactly. We want favourites and everyone to go home happy.
We do indeed. That has been Racing to Win. Some really good races coming up on Thursday night. The first of the 10 races get underway at 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. This has been Racing to Win for Happy Valley.